What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Get this, once again, Tyson Fury rules out facing Usyk in Saudi Arabia. Despite reports of negotiations to stage the fight in Saudi Arabia, an undisputed heavyweight world title clash between Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk can only take place at Wembley. Well, according to Fury, anyway. The Gypsy King has been on a rampage on social media over the past few days, taking shots at likes of Francis Ngannou, John Jones, and even Joe Rogan, as well as aiming some predictable abuse the way of Usyk. In one of the several Instagram posts aimed at the Ukrainian, he appeared to shoot down talks of meeting between the pair in Saudi Arabia, claiming that the fight can only be in the UK at Wembley. He told Usyk's team to take it or leave it. Fury followed this up with a video message to the fellow champion, revisiting their previous terms and telling him to forget fighting anyone else. And let's take a look.
Tyson Fury here, WBC World Heavyweight King. This is the message to Oleksandr Usyk and his full team. I'm sick of all this back and forward, he said, she said. Why don't we just do this? Look, why don't we fight this summer, me and you, at Wembley Stadium for the percentage you've already agreed? And if you want a rematch so desperately, you can have one. I don't need rematches, I don't need nothing, because I'm going to cut you down like cheese. So here's the offer. Come, let's do the fight at Wembley this summer, me and you. Forget about fighting Deontay Wilder, who I've knocked out twice, and forget about fighting Daniel Dubois, who's not on our levels. You've already beat Joshua. The only fight left is me and you for Undisputed. I know you didn't fancy it the first time, so let's see if we can rekindle it and have a good fight for the fans. Let's get it on. Make the right decision.
As you guys can see, that's the recent news of Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, pleading with Oleksandr Usyk, saying that it's out of Saudi Arabia's hands. It's in the UK at Wembley. Agree to what you agreed to, the 30%, I take 70%. You can have the rematch clause now. Let's go this summer. Get top. Let me counterpunch. This shows you the desperation of Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. It shows you that he's ready to rumble, because he shows you, like I told you, he's ready to fight now. He wasn't ready 2 months ago, okay? He lied about everything else, but he would be ready in the summer because he's getting anxious. He's getting impatient. And you see, if you go back to the little gappy teeth, ugly, sneaky bastard of Oleksandr Usyk, you want to fight. This is what it tells us. Tyson wants to fight somebody of notice, okay? And he's trying to explain to Oleksandr Usyk, like, look, don't fight Deontay Wilder, don't fight Anthony Joshua, don't fight Daniel Dubois, don't fight any of these guys, because guess what? Those guys aren't me. And my response to that is, if it doesn't happen, like right now, I don't think it will. Because if you're shooting down the whole idea of fighting Usyk in December, what makes us think that you really want to fight him in July? I mean, let's think about it for a minute. Like, there's where the money is. Why is it so paramount for you to want to fight him in the summertime? You know, yeah, in Wembley, you want this, you want that, but then it's like, okay, well, where was this energy then? Why are you just now saying I don't need a rematch clause and then put one in the contract? So the only conflict that I could see with Tyson Fury and his promotional team is if Tyson didn't want a rematch like he's telling everyone and his team did, and so therefore his team put that and implemented that in the contract, versus him not wanting it at all, and he's now letting people know how he feels about things and how he wants things. But to mark out a total venue that offers so much money in a tournament that offers so much potential and so much lucrative revenue, why would you shut it out? It makes no sense to me. At the end of the day, Tyson Fury could fight Oleksandr Usyk for 65 million or 100 million or 90 million or whatever million. But we're seeing him saying, let's have it at Wembley. Forget about Saudi Arabia. Let's do it now. Now, to be fair, I don't really think that he is just like, it's Tyson Fury. He may say one thing one day and then another thing another day, you know? But Tyson needs to understand that it's not all about Tyson. It's about being a unified champion. If you were a unified champion, you have to do much more, 3 times this much than someone that has one belt, one corruptible belt, one belt from a sanctioned body, the WBC. We beat crooks. You know who they are. They don't make people do shit. What they do is they let that fighter do what he wants to do according to how popular he is. So as long as Tyson Fury's popular, just like Deontay Wilder was popular, they can do whatever they want to do. Anyway, so I'm looking at Tyson saying, hey, Usyk, let's do this, let's do that. Don't do this, don't do that. Well, first of all, you can't tell a grown man what to fucking do. You just can't do it. You just can't do it at any time. You can't do that at all. So I'm looking at Tyson, Oleksandr Usyk. Not, that can't happen, okay? As long as Tyson needs to respect other people's obligations, I think this would go smoothly. You know, and a lot of people can look at it saying, hey, well, maybe, just maybe, that fight ain't for you right now, Tyson. And you have to consider Daniel Dubois because Daniel Dubois is in the same promotional company as Frank Warren and Queensberry. So him saying you don't need to fight Daniel Dubois is another factor and another situation where he's totally disregarding anybody else's situation, anybody else's opportunity, because that's Daniel Dubois' opportunity to do whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean? And what he can do. I don't know if that fight will happen. You know, but since Daniel Dubois and Don Charles are having issues with the confidence factor of beating Usyk, that may not have or be the issue. But Tyson has already went a step farther. Hey, well, you don't have to fight Deontay Wilder either. I already knocked him out twice. Deontay Wilder's career does not reside around you. Okay? Again, it stinks to high heaven, people, with what Tyson's doing. He's all over the place. He's threatening to fire Frank Warren and this, that, and the other, and it's crazy. But him telling Oleksandr Usyk, let's fight in the summer, I don't know if Usyk would like that right now. And then if Tyson is that serious about wanting that fight, he should go to Frank Warren instead of blasting Frank Warren and say, hey, Frank, guess what? Why don't we get on the phone with the WBA, give Dubois some step-aside cash, right? So I can move him to the side so I can tax Oleksandr Usyk's ass. Bars. Right? That's what should be done in that situation. If he's serious about it, wanting Usyk to fight him, he should want Usyk to fight him for all the belts because Usyk's not leaving or going anywhere without the belts that he's already earned from Anthony Joshua, from doing those 2 fights of pure carnage from another Brit that he defeated, right? So, if anything at all, I think Tyson Fury is going to have to make some moves if he really claims to want what he really wants. So he has a long journey ahead of him, or it's just taut cap at the end of the day. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.